Somebody requested this vid twice, and I didn't want to do it at all, but I'm going to give y'all 10 minutes of why I don't like weed or weed smokers. I'm going to get to the biggest reason off top. It's two big reasons. Number one, when it comes to people who do drugs, weed smokers are the most imposing, disruptive people when it comes to any drug users. The second thing is that they think because it's good for them that it's good for everybody else. So when you look at those two things, it creates a lot of behavior that I'm going to go over right now as far as the imposing and stuff like that. If you look at meth heads, if you look at crack heads, if you look at, cocaine users and stuff like that, they do their little shit, right? How do they do their drugs? And I understand we talking about hardcore narcotics and stuff like that, but there's a point to this. When you look at those people, they go in the cut and they go in private and they do their drugs, right? They go somewhere ducked off to do their drugs. Even if you want to get into pill users and things like that, they go somewhere, they duck off, they do their drugs, right? And then when they come out, they make sure in a lot of cases that they don't smell like nothing or whatever the case may be. And to be honest, I don't think any other drug has such a strong stench like marijuana, because if you look at something like crack, I'm not going to get specific, but I've been in situations where, things like that have been present and I haven't smelled anything. To this day, I can't tell you what crack smell like or what some of this other stuff smell like. So most drug users, when it comes to other drugs, they're kind of discreet about doing that shit, right? When it comes to weed smokers, they be on the Kush is my cologne type of time, and niggas be so proud of that shit, bro. They be so proud of walking around smelling like drugs, which is just fucking stupid to me. It's fucking stupid, because if you just think about, like, just imagine me not taking a fucking shower for 3 weeks and shit like that, and I'm walking around proud of how funky I smell and shit like that. And not only do I not care about how other people are impacted by my hygiene or how I smell and things like that, I don't care what the smell of me is doing to another person's nostrils. I'm proud of that shit. It's just real weird and childish. Everybody don't want to smell that shit. But motherfuckers got to go around smelling like galactic cactus, and that shit really annoys the fuck out of me. But the other thing, outside of just smelling like it, they will light up anywhere. I seen a motherfucker light up at the park. And the chick was like, it was a couple chicks. We was at the basketball court. A couple chicks was like, yo, we got kids out here. Stop blowing that smoke. Like, shit, it's that gas. It's that gas. Nigga, see, and that be the other thing. Like, niggas really be thinking that shit is cool. Like, it's so many things about that shit to where it's like, there's no other drug like it. And that's another thing that I'll just touch on very briefly. Stupid motherfuckers say it's not a drug. I'm not about to, because I'm only giving y'all 10 minutes. I'm not about to go deep. They whole shit is like, oh, it comes from the earth, so it's not a drug. My nigga, cocaine, poppy seeds for heroin come from the earth. What the fuck are you talking about? Those are still drugs. Well, those is refined in terms of, nigga, the weed you smoking, y'all brag about not smoking Reggie. Y'all brag about not smoking Reggie. Y'all are fucking smoking mutated, genetically modified weed. Like some crazy concoctions that boost the potency to levels that 70s weed could never even imagine. And you literally smoke that shit to get high. And then you'll say some stupid shit like, it's not a drug. I say, shut the fuck up. I even see motherfuckers say food is a drug as a defense. Like, that's how stupid motherfuckers get when it comes to the weed shit. And when we talk about the need to, like, smell a certain way and just impose that smell on everybody and just smoke wherever you want, and you got to smoke when you wake up, you got to smoke before you eat lunch, you got to smoke 2 blunts before dinner, and then you got to smoke before you go when we get to all of that type of activity where you on your Wiz Khalifa shit, and you not Wiz Khalifa, this is what it come down to.
Yo, I'm gonna be real. Don't smoke before your job interview. You know you ain't that on point. In that man office with them red ass eyes.
How the fuck is that something right there that even needs to be said to anybody? Motherfuckers is addicted. Motherfuckers will try and tell you that, oh man, this shit is not addictive, man. I could quit whenever I want. It's not an addictive drug. Oh man, y'all should be worried about crack and stuff. Crackheads is not sparking up at the basketball court, at church, at motherfucking the football game and stuff like that, in the crowd, inside the club, inside the bar. They not doing that. They going into a motherfucking alley and doing they crack. They going into an abandoned house and doing they crack. But that's what a lot of weed smokers do. They want to smoke every fucking where. Bruh, motherfuckers will smoke in a restaurant if they get a chance, bro. Some niggas will do, if it's too niggerific, niggas will smoke at a restaurant if the owner let them. But going back to the addiction point, imagine this. Imagine you are broke as fuck. Imagine that. But you still find a way to smoke. Imagine that. You have been searching for a job. You finally get a job interview and you know it's something you could possibly land. It's something you want to land. But guess what? You are so addicted that you got to, bro, I done seen a motherfucker come into the job interview smelling like a whole fucking pack of oregano, nigga. Just strong as fuck. Like, oh my God. Like, how do you think you about to get this job smelling like that? But imagine this as well. Imagine this. You've been on a job hunt. You can't put down a weed. You get the job for whatever reason. You didn't smoke when you went to the interview. Now you got to put piss in a jar, or now you got to gamble with synthetic piss. They came up with a solution for y'all that sold at a bunch of these dispensaries and shit like that. You got to do that so you could get the job. You got to get some fake piss. I done seen a motherfucker put another man's piss in a condom, wrap it up, and tuck it in his drawers. That shit is gay. It's no other. That shit right there is gay. But a nigga would rather smoke weed and just jeopardize getting any type of money than to just put the shit down for a quick minute, get sober, get the job, and then go back to being a fucking crackhead. I almost forgot I talked to a chick who put a pill bottle of piss in her pussy. Yeah, for a job interview. Shit is crazy. But the last point I'm gonna make, as far as they think is good for everybody and stuff like that, there was a 3-year-old that died. Got a hold of some edibles, ate them, died. Weed smokers are they are just so caught up on the, oh, it's safe and it's good for everybody. It doesn't affect anybody differently. It's just good for everybody. It's so good for you. Weed has never killed anybody. That when they see a 3-year-old eat some edibles and pass away, a 3-year-old, they try to say things like, oh no, he must have had some underlying conditions. He might have had something. He's a fucking 3-year-old. The way that grown motherfuckers respond to edibles and shit like that, they be like, don't do that shit. That shit's so crazy. That shit's so crazy, right? But when a 3-year-old passes away from this stuff, now it's, oh man, it wasn't the weed. I'll tell you, whatever did it wasn't the weed. It was because they want to maintain. It's like a boxer who wants to maintain the 0 on their record, like 30-0, 40, and they want to maintain that this shit has not killed anybody. So to do that, because they love the drug so much, because they're so addicted, they will go to crazy lengths when it comes to the death of a 3-year-old to say it wasn't the THC, it wasn't the weed didn't do it, not the CBD, nothing. So with that being said, man, I only got 2 messages, man. Number one, if you're a discreet smoker, if you are a smoker who is logical, if a lot of this doesn't apply to you, then cool, you good. I don't got no problem with you. You do your shit in private, et cetera, et cetera. If you were somebody who be like, oh man, I'm about to DoorDash this nigga food and smoke this blunt while I'm and you addicted and all of that other stuff applies to you, you need to get your life together. You need to grow up. Like, how do you see this shit right here and not think it's weird? Like, they're in Walmart, by the way. How do you not think that shit is weird?